In 300 yards, keep left to continue on Fags Road. Keep left to continue on Fags Road. In a quarter of a mile, turn left onto Great Southwest Road, A30. Take the second left onto Great Southwest Road, A30.
Jackie, new caller here to this show. Always welcome new callers. All callers welcome to this show. Tell me what you think about this. The Prime Minister, it's been another torrid week. It was, as Ben Kenji said, supposed to be the week that reset his premiership. We had the levelling up agenda unveiled by Michael Gove. Got very good publicity apparently in the regions, in the regional press. We saw the Prime Minister in the Ukraine talking to the Ukrainian leader, pledging support if a single Russian,
Continue on Great Southwest Road for 3/4 of a mile.
The Ukrainian border, strong action. We won't put any troops in there, of course, but we are supporting the Ukraine. We'll be talking about that a bit later, but here we are still at the end of the week, talking yet again about the embattled Boris Johnson. How much longer can it go on? Alan's in Orpington in Kent. Hello, Alan.
Good evening, Andrew. Yes, I think he should clear out and call a general election. Let the people decide.
Right. He's not likely to do that, though, is he?
Well, he's not likely to, but I think he ought to, because one thing it would concentrate people's minds on what they would get if he got thrown out, if the Tories got thrown out. I don't think people really realise just how bad it would be for the Labour government.
Right, but the fact is, Alan, if there was a general election with Boris Johnson at the helm and it was in the next 3 weeks, looking at the polls, they get...
In a quarter of a mile, take the exit towards Heathrow Airport.
As I say, let the people think about what the alternative will be.
Right.
Now, you're talking about, a little while ago, about name calling. Well, according to one leading Labour politician,
Take the exit towards Heathrow Airport.
they're not actively calling people names. This is what you'd get in his...
In a quarter of a mile, keep left at the fork to continue towards Southern Perimeter Road.
Because his greatest achievement was Brexit.
Right. Okay, well, that's Alan. That's a positive for Boris Johnson. Who else agrees with Alan? Keep him there. He did win that big election result in 2019, the Tories' best election result since 1987, since Mrs Thatcher robbed to her third consecutive election victory. Are you really now saying, if you voted for him, that you want him out and a new?
Keep left at the fork.
And if so, we then have to have a general election pretty soon after. I don't want another general election. Bad enough having every 5 years, not every 2 years. Let's go to Kevin, who's calling from Hampstead. Hello, Kevin.
Good evening, Andrew. I do like you and Kevin on Breakfast TV, by the way.
You're very kind.
Does amuse me. Anyway, I get to the point.
Yes.
Okay, Boris. Basically, Conservatives better be careful what they wish for, because
In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit and stay on Southern Perimeter Road.
one of Boris thinks they thought he was the man to get Brexit done.
Yeah.
Which he did. Now that gave him a massive 89 majority. Now, I think that if they get rid of Boris, I think Conservatives are almost spent, because they'd have achieved the Brexit goal, that they got the red wall, the HLI majority. I think without Boris, I think it could be a very close call. I wouldn't even like to gamble on Labour or Conservative. I think if they keep Boris in, they've got a chance a couple of years down the road of winning the next general election. Without Boris, Conservative has spent force, they have nothing more to offer.
You don't think that even in a couple of years' time, if there was a general election, Kevin, that these problems that he's got now over Partygate, over misleading or not telling the truth about the parties, would continue to haunt him right up to the election? You think people would have moved on from it?
I'd be honest with you, Andrew. Depending on what radio station, what programs you listen to, you know, people have different views.
Exit the roundabout onto Southern Perimeter Road. Continue on Southern Perimeter Road for 1.5 miles.
I think people are interested in the politics of the country more so of what's happening. You know, what's happening for good or bad. That's how they vote. But he did get Brexit done. That was what the general public wanted him in for. If he goes, Conservatives were spent for, so I really think that, you know, only time will tell.
Very interesting, Kevin. Thank you for that. As the second person in favour of Boris staying on, without him, the Tories are done for. You agree with that? Maybe that's what you want the Tories to be done for. They have been in power for 12 years come this summer. That is a very, very, very long time. And most governments become tired. They run out of steam. They become a bit sleazy, complacent. Is that where we are with this government and this Prime Minister? He's only been Prime Minister, not even Prime Minister for 3 years, and already the sharks are circling. Is it time to put him out of his misery? 0345 6060 970. We'll carry on taking your calls on Boris after the break. Also, we'll be getting an update on what's happening with the Ukraine and Russia, with China and Russia, interestingly, coming together at the Winter Olympics. Rather worrying in my view. I'm Andrew Pierce, this is LBC. The time is now 6:30. Headlines with Tim Humphrey.
Arundel has become the latest Conservative backbencher to submit a letter of no confidence in the Prime Minister. The MP for Newcastle under Lyme called Boris Johnson's position untenable. The Health Secretary has asked for cancer professionals and patients to put ideas forward to make England the best place for care in Europe. Sajid Javid's 10-year plan includes setting up screening centres in shopping centres and football stadia. Unions have criticised the Governor of the Bank of England after he asked workers not to ask for large pay rises to cope with the rising cost of living. Andrew Bailey said he was worried that large increases would allow rising inflation to become ingrained in the economy.
LBC Business Update.
With Direct Line Landlord Insurance. Peace of mind with the emergency add-on.
The trade body is warning the vast majority of pubs, bars and restaurants could raise their prices by as much as 11%. Figures from UK Hospitality say around 93% of businesses say they plan to increase costs for customers. Firms say they have no choice because they're having to offset rising energy bills. And the weather, showers continuing in some northern and western areas tonight, with ice and hill snow across parts of Scotland, clearer further south and east with a patchy frost and a low of 0.
This is LBC.
This is Joe.
Hello.
Joe is passionate about flooring. Wood, laminate, even a classic textured pile. He loves his job and takes great pride in every little detail. Joe is with Trust a Trader. And there are thousands more just like him, all experts at what they do. So next time you need something doing, try Trust a Trader to find a verified local tradesperson with great reviews. You can always trust a trader. Cheers, Joe. Yes.
In a quarter of a mile, at Western Perimeter Road roundabout, take the first exit and stay on Southern Perimeter Road. Exit the roundabout onto Southern Perimeter Road. In 200 yards, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Airport Way, A3113. Exit the roundabout onto Airport Way. Continue on Airport Way for half a mile. In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the fourth exit onto the M25 slip road to M4, M40. Exit the roundabout onto the slip road. Continue for half a mile. In a quarter of a mile, merge onto M25. In a quarter of a mile, at junction 15, use the left lane to take the M4 exit to Reading, Slough. Use the left lane to exit at junction 15, then keep left at the fork. Keep left at the fork. quarter of a mile, keep right to stay on M4. Keep right to stay on M4. Continue on M4 for 4 miles. In 2 miles, at junction 6, take the A355 exit to Slough Central. quarter of a mile, at junction 6, take the A355 exit to Slough Central. Exit at junction 6. In a quarter of a mile, at the roundabout, take the third exit onto Tons Lane, A355. Exit the roundabout onto Tons Lane. In a quarter of a mile, slight left towards Sippenham Lane. Slight left towards Sippenham Lane. Continue for 1.5 miles. yards, turn left onto Buckingham Avenue. Take the next left.